Flesh and Blood Silver Age is the best new budget format for any TCG that has been released in a long time, and is the standard that more TCGs should be held to. Silver Age format has just been officially released in Flesh and Blood, and Legend Story Studios began this by releasing 10 pre-constructed Silver Age decks right out of the box. Each deck is a full deck with a sideboard and a booster pack of the most recent set that is designed to specifically support Silver Age, as well as come with much needed reprints. These decks did have some extra marketing hype behind them, originally being described as your $20 ticket to the Pro Tour, and maybe there is some degree of hyperbole within that statement. However, these decks are generally excellent. You see high placing players playing decks like KO with very, very similar lists to what you get out of the box in the KO deck. Similarly, a player took the Phi pre-constructed deck to one of the most recent Silver Age tournaments, the first Silver Age tournament, in fact, in London, and I think came something like 22nd. This is how more TCGs should do an introductory product. Flesh and Blood has had a struggle over the past few years with introductory products. The game is obtuse and uses that as a selling point. The game is also expensive to get started in, with very expensive staples like Fiendal Spring Tunic, Command and Conquer, and similar cards like that. And whilst they have their armory decks for the classic constructed format, those don't have the same impact that these have. They're not complete straight out of the box in the same way that these are. The armory decks don't come with a sideboard, for one, which is a crucial part. They tend to only come with a couple of the high rarity cards or reprints that you might need to play that hero. Until the most recent ones, they didn't even come with a how to play guide, which really meant they were not ideal for new players. You take one of those to a local game store and then you suddenly find out that you don't have a sideboard, you don't know how to play because there's nothing in there to teach you how to play, and it's a difficult learning experience. The Silver Age decks are what introductory products for a TCG should be. They are fully complete, full play sets of cards. Yes, it is a Pauper style format. It's a lower rarity, more fast-paced and slightly simpler because you don't have the big splashy effect cards in quite the same way format, but this is how introductory products should be done for a TCG. The closest example for a TCG I can think of is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure decks. The disadvantage of those being you have to buy 3 of them, and they have been releasing those much less frequently over the past few years. For example, 2025, we got 2 structure decks, one of which was not really a structure deck and was more expensive, and you still had to buy 3 of it. And we got the legendary decks as well, but they weren't really competitive archetypes. So the only traditional $10 structure deck that was released in 2025 was the Blue Eyes one. And I think the setup of these Silver Age decks with the pack, the complete deck, all in one package, and it is a slimmed down but still competitively supported format, is crucial for the longer term success of this game. And I think more TCGs should take this sort of approach. I know Magic has just released some cheaper standard legal decks. They're not very good though. It's not the same as this, and I appreciate, again, they're not releasing full classic constructed decks. But say if Magic had an introductory Pauper deck, and then you can play Pauper, which is an eternal format, and not have to worry about sourcing cards, because older cards can be hard to find, even commons can be hard to find or expensive. And I think that's a really, really important part. So yeah, I really, really like these as a product. They cost between $15 and $20 or pounds or whatever your local currency is, equivalent conversion. And they really do come with everything you need to start playing Flesh and Blood, and more TCGs should have an introductory product like this.